Boy, let's go. All right, I'm gonna give everybody a little minute to get in here too. Give everybody a minute. Get everybody a minute. Give you a minute. Oh, I'm trying to get the music rocking in this thing. I don't know if I'm gonna get the music rocking in this thing. I like to play a little music at the beginning of my joints and whatnot. So we can be official, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the music in there. What they got here? We got stickers, we got polls and shit. We got okay. What else? I'm trying to make sure the screen come up. It ain't coming up though, so I don't even want to mess with it. Lighting on. Okay, they got a little lighting they sell. What else y'all got? YouTube. I rock with YouTube, but I kind of don't rock with YouTube because YouTube be shisty. YouTube been shisty with me for forever. They don't let me get monetized and stuff like that. They be saying my watch views is down, but yet I got songs that double the amount of watch views that you need and shit like that. So I haven't been able to get monetized on YouTube. Other platforms, yes, but that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I need to see if I'm heard too. Am I heard everywhere? Can everybody hear me? It's a minute yet? Oh yeah, we a minute in. I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get y'all about 4 more minutes to get up in here. 4 to 5 minutes to get up in here before we start the actual session. I just want to make sure I'm heard. Everything is right. Can y'all hear me? You know what I'm saying? Comment if you can hear me clear and things. That would be cool. I don't know if I'm heard, but I got the mic hooked up to it, so I'm trying to be heard. Am I heard? I'm gonna have to go to YouTube myself. I'm gonna have to go to YouTube myself. Let's see. Am I heard? Can people hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Am I heard? Can you people hear me? Am I heard? Can you people hear me? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Are we live? It look like this moment of truth right now. Can you people hear me? Okay, people can hear me. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, we in the game now. We in the game now. All right. So y'all know what it is. We in the game. So timeout. It's Ceito, the spirit coach, getting you in shape and form for the age of Aquarius. Yet again, you're now drinking the wine of Zeus. And today, motherfucker, welcome everybody and shit like that from all over the world, all over wherever you are. And, you know, today we're going to zoom and take a zoom into the stars, zoom into Aquarius season, zoom into a broader perspective of actually what's going on with the energies so y'all can be equipped, you know what I'm saying, playing this esoteric game and stuff like that. So I'm your coach, I'm the spirit coach. You know what I'm saying? I'll be getting you to shape and form mentally, emotionally, and physically for this game at hand. You feel me? So understand that. Now, this is why this live matter. I don't go live just to talk. You know what I'm saying? I ain't chatty patty. We talking about Aquarius season. Aquarius season is just as much of an influence as any other season you go through. So we got 12, no, we got 4 seasons split amongst 3 signs. Each sign has a different modality, has a different 30 days between that switch for each side. So they got a beginning, middle, and end. So you got the beginning of uh, spring, you got the middle of spring, you got the end of spring. That's all 90 days. You got the same that applies to each sign. You know what I'm saying? You got that for summer, you got the beginning of summer, you got the middle of summer, you got the end of summer. Now these that applies to the 90 days of each split between each sign. So for instance, winter, we're gonna use this as an example. You know, you got the beginning of winter, Capricorn season. You got the middle of winter, where we at now. So you about to experience like the 38 days period of Aquarius season right now, which we about to talk about. And you know, you got the end of Aquarius season, which would be Pisces season, which we're going into next, right before, you know what I'm saying, we get to the cardinal fire sign, Aries, where we spring off into, you know, just this new perspective that we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Or this new vision that we're going to have about ourselves going into the new year. So right now, you know what I'm saying, before we get to uh, Pisces season, we're going through Aquarius season and shit like that, where everything froze up and things. So, you know what I'm saying? This is why Aquarius is come off more distant and shit like that, come off more separate, if come off more because they was born in that season where a lot of that is going on. You know what I'm saying? We not around our friends and family, like, more so our family and things of that nature. I mean, more so our friends, but you know what I'm saying, we're connecting. The only important, most important way to connect during Aquarius season may be through things like business. You know what I'm saying? And this is why Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, because you know we're constantly connecting to each other through having to do something in real life or reality. And so this why Aquarius may be important um for this is why Aquarius is made out of that energy and shit like that, because that's the only way we really connect, through getting something real. It's too cold to be, you know what I'm saying, just doing something frivolous and doing something that don't really make sense, you know what I'm saying. So we would rather do something that's real, or do something that's, you know what I'm saying, that's constructive with our time. And that's why Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. Now it also got that Uranus energy, which is, you know, you starting to want to see be more original and stuff like that, be more unique, be more um, um, be more individual and stuff like that, because it's opposite, 180 degrees opposite from Leo and stuff like that. And so this is kind of what we focus on real. We ain't too blinded by the sun and what's going on in the summer and stuff like that. We're more further away. So it ain't about the lights and glamour. It's about what's original, what's real, and so forth. Now, Aquarius season, when it comes, it shifts your identity, you know what I'm saying, your public direction, and the way people relate to purpose, right? And a lot of people feel can feel something changing, but they don't have the language for it yet. And this is what we about to break down right now. So, Aquarius season, this is the identity shift now. And the theme of Aquarius season is going to be, the theme of Aquarius season is going to be conscious or lost about how you network yourself with others. So you can be conscious or lost about how you network yourself with others. Now, there's a lot of examples going on with this energy right now in the world. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people getting into it with their friends, their family, you know what I'm saying? Their associations right now and stuff like that. Let's start with the biggest one, because I know that this kind of relates to everybody right now. The Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we look at the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying, it's done in Aquarius season and shit like that. Now, what's the most talked about thing right now? the associations, what people associating with, whether that's, oh, I want to be white and listen to this, retarded song all day and stuff. Let's say the punk kid rock up there, or people are going to be um more shifted into reality in a sense of associating with their culture. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be what the sun is on, what the sun is in, what the sun is highlighting, the way you think and communicate, you know what I'm saying? How you associate yourself and things of that nature. Now, everybody got the ability to do this, but it's more so important on how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you and things. So especially if you're Aquarius, this is kind of your energy, and this is kind of what people gonna be looking to you to have the answers for and whatnot. But if it's not, if it ain't that, it's gonna be some whole shit where what I'm saying, you still gotta utilize your energies for how to align with this. Now that's for another video, but you know what I'm saying, we're gonna focus on the topic at hand. So Aquarius season is going to bring, you're gonna be conscious, you're gonna look conscious, you know what I'm saying? So that's the how you want to look. You want to look conscious of how you associate. You want to look conscious of how you network. You know what I'm saying? You want to look conscious of how you're putting things together. You want to look conscious of who you associate with. You want to look conscious of the words you associate with. You want to look conscious of the ideas you associate with. These is all Aquarius modalities and stuff like that that y'all can start to look at in y'all life to see if y'all are on up on to par. Now, based upon if you getting deeper within the practice of knowing astrology, you know what I'm saying, your house that you got Aquarius in, that would be the area of life that you would be focusing on how you associating type shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you want to be you're gonna be conscious or lost about how you associating with. That's the energy you're gonna bring. It's gonna look, you're gonna either look conscious or lost about it. You know what I'm saying? Now let's bring it back to the Super Bowl. You got a bunch of rich white people crying about a Mexican that's actually from America and shit like that playing the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So which one did that look like to y'all? Conscious or lost? Type it in the comments. Do they look conscious about their situation? Because what is you crying for? You rich. You ain't got nothing to say. Like, you rich. Do that look conscious or lost to me? So you not conscious about how you associate. You complaining, yet this dude is from America. Damn, they're probably more rooted in the soil in his family than you and shit like that. But you up here expressing some performative anger and stuff like that. That for me, obviously you gonna be the negative example in Aquarius season. So this is when people not into astrology and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? These are the very small nuances that, we may overlook and things of that nature and start expressing something where we're out of alignment. So if you were a conscious about your association and stuff like that, you would realize like, man, I'm actually over here. My family did colonize this land or whatever. You know what I'm saying, we actually got a good position, and this is actually a good thing. You know what I'm saying, these people ain't rebellious. You know what I'm saying, they ain't negative. You know what I'm saying, they're talking about their culture and their background and how they can actually add on to what we doing. Shit, they're under our establishment, somebody white getting paid and shit like that. So that if y'all put out that sentiment, guess what y'all would be? Way more with the alignment. But since, you know what I'm saying, since y'all got the butt hurt energy and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be how you going to be seen. So you could take that and your circumstance and apply it to you. However you conscious, are you looking conscious about how you associating, even if it's negative? You know what I'm saying? Even if it's negative, you saying like, okay, at least I'm conscious of this shit that I don't like, and I know what systems that I gotta use and to network myself and put myself in the right position. Marcy, hold on. So yeah, so these are the things that you want to be able to check out. You know what I'm saying? Check out that on that box. I want to look conscious about how I'm associating and shit like that. I want to look like I'm aware about what I'm presenting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I done told y'all that racism shit was out the door. That shit looked stupid a long time ago. I got like 5 videos on that. I didn't told y'all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't told y'all. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? I even seen the dude. What's the dude name? Um, um, what's his name? The white boy that's young what's his name? That's a far right, whatever. Y'all know his name? Uh, what's his name? Nick Jimenez or something like that. He be talking about America First or something like Nick Jimenez. Nick, yeah. I even saw him, you know what I'm saying, talking sense into some white people and stuff like that because y'all was crying about the Super Bowl and stuff like that. Man, that ain't nothing to cry about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rich already. You know what I'm saying? Let people have their little thing. Like, you get mad because a person want to come over here that's Mexicans get what 15 minutes on the stage or shit like that. God damn, you can't get that. I'm talking about we don't understand that. You ain't supposed to understand it. You know what I'm saying? English. English ain't a natural language either. That's a made up language between all of us. Go sit y'all ass down. Get y'all ass out the game. You know what I'm saying? Now back to the mission at hand. So this is just a primitive example. So and each season we always gonna have an example. You know what I'm saying, of the energy playing out through people, places, things, events, and etc. And so these is the things that you want to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying, that'll be able to give you that spiritual insight of, okay, this is what's going on as an energy circle, because obviously what we pay attention to, we made up of the stars. So it's going to reflect that energy, you know what I'm saying, through the participation in what we put our energy in. All right. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we got to get something right, you know what I'm saying, in Aquarius season and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to change. It's co-ruled by Uranus and be able to make sense. And a lot of people looking at a certain party like, man, it really don't even make sense. It's just it don't really make sense. Even white people, like, it don't really make sense to be racist right now. There's nobody's in that space or spirit but us type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the positive ones that's getting out of that. You know what I'm saying? We're getting out of that. Getting out of that. So, these are the things that we want to pay attention to and think critically on when it comes to spirituality. Now, another reason why we doing this is this is so important. We got this Pluto in Aquarius, which is like um, right now people are becoming to be pushed to becoming to be more original. Like, it ain't really like a lot of thoughts and ideas we can take into this new shift. Pluto is coming in Aquarius and is bringing a sense of transformation, a depth, you know what I'm saying, of how we once associated. So we kind of got to reinvent how we were associating. You know what I'm saying? Especially it's all the way in Aquarius right now. It ain't going to retrograde back out of Aquarius. It's going to retrograde, but it ain't going to retrograde back out of Aquarius. So this is the position that we in, where we got to start, you know what I'm saying, really going through that transformation, and that energy in it of itself is Pluto and Aquarius is deep transformation of associations to society. So, we going through deep transformation with our associations and shit like that. So how we associate, that's like becoming new, like even how we communicate, talk online, how we do a certain business and stuff like that, how we're because the information that we used to have access to, like, that's new in a new way. Like, it's so many different things that's going on right now in the world that we can transform how we associate with too, just by the information that we got right now. So this is why it matters, you know what I'm saying. People are having to have a full transformation. So we got a full transformation of our association and stuff like that. So anytime Pluto gonna come in a sign, it brings death. So it brings transformation. So it's bringing death and transformation to how we used to network, how we used to associate, even, you know what I'm saying? Um, even especially us, we the ones that's doing it. So it's like even the ones that didn't work no more, like the associations, people seeing the associations that's getting burnt out. People got to be a whole new type shit. All right, now another thing you gonna see Aquarius season is community alignment. You're also seeing who actually aligns with you and who only fit the old version of you. This is why friends, spaces, and goals feel like they're rearranging. Okay, so like I'm telling you, like even the music business, like even the way our whole network is transforming, nigga. You get what I'm saying? It's transforming. It ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? So like that shifts when we start seeing this shift. You know, it everything we do externally comes from an internal space. So you know, once this what happens externally, just know we already been through it internally, you know, far as whatever chakras, lights, ideas, information that we have created via all of us spirits and spaces communicating and shit like that, from our original point of reference, aka mixing with everybody else. So, you know what I'm saying? We all um, start experiencing this transformation, and this acts like a shock to the psyche and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And actually, events play out, you know, where it is what it is. Like even rappers on a playing field, feel like, you know what I'm saying? They not even the most famous no more, but it's not, everything is a symbol. It's not that streamers are the biggest things like the ones that you see online. It's more so the energy is the biggest thing. So there, that means the people on YouTube and shit like that, and the people that's doing this talking like this brings more value to a person that just rap all day. That's what that actually means. So everything is a symbol. It ain't what you seeing, is how you see it. So that's what that mean and shit like that. That's just like me. Now I called out the Mercury uh and Pisces delusion thing and shit like that on my post and shit like that. And that's another thing. Less YouTube, more small information, and then bigger lives. That's my goal and shit like that. So I'm not really gonna be on YouTube dropping lives all like that all day and shit like that, because people consume content smaller. But then, you know what I'm saying, if I can wrap it up and put it in a big, you know what I'm saying, live and shit like that, that's what this gonna be for the most part. But you know what I'm saying? So, you know, follow me, make sure you follow me on TikTok, IG, X, all of that shit. I'll be on all of them and shit like that. I'll be posting. So if you don't see me posting on here, I'm posting on another one. You know what I'm saying? The information should be in the bio description. So, um, you know, when it comes to what I was going I forgot what I was saying. What I was saying before I got into the handles and shit like that. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Right before, like when I had called the Mercury and Pisces thing, right? People getting out of their delusions and shit like that. The very next day, you know what I'm saying, you start seeing people upload people videos about, you know, people. It's just stupid to be like overly racist like right now. It's just no way that makes sense. Like, so Mercury also in Pisces is making people get out of their mental delusions, right? Mercury, mental thinking, communication. Pisces brings the deep knowledge of self awareness and belief and shit like that, and your beliefs and stuff like that. So if you expressing some belief right now that looks like it's a delusion, other people gonna be able to tell that and stuff like that. So just like, you know what I'm saying, people crying about white America and stuff like that. Like that's just showing you unfulfilled in some other area of your life, but you trying to utilize this to gain sympathy or something like that. You probably beat your wife or something like that, but it's cool. Just chill out. You know what I'm saying? Just chill out. Just chill out. We don't need no white Becky's crying and stuff like that. We need the white Beckys and stuff like that. We need them. We need y'all. We need y'all white women and shit like that. We need y'all on point. You know what I'm saying? Keep y'all men in order. Keep y'all men in order. Keep y'all men in order and shit like that. Y'all the smartest. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the smartest. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So it's just like real things happening out here. You know what I'm saying? Uh okay, so yeah, let's move on. So like I was saying though, so you're also seeing who actually aligns with you and who only fit the old version of you right now. So it's like it's like a split personality thing going on. You know what I'm saying? You got to choose between like this new version of you. Uranus is also filtered through community and surrounding. So based upon who you around and make sure you you surrounded with, make sure you keep positive people around you that reinforce your ability to change, your ability to be unique, your ability to be original. The people ain't doing that and stuff like that, and that ain't supporting you in that, you know what I'm saying, they haters. You know what I'm saying? They haters. The only thing constant is change. The only thing we do see thing in the world when we get to the point to and be like, okay, that's God, is change because nothing stay the same. So how something new happen every day and shit like that. I mean, that's something spiritual. That's something spiritual, okay? So we got to make sure that we align in our friendships and stuff like that, and with people that want to see, and want to support, your ability to change, and you support their ability to change. That is actually the alignment. So Uranus retrograde right now in Taurus, cusp Gemini, which is the alignment, is supporting your own and others' abilities to change or be original. So you can support that. Now, how you can do that, you know what I'm saying, is, well, everybody gives support differently. So that would depend on like, everybody is comfortable with giving support a certain way. So that would be through like, what house you got Venus in, you know what I'm saying? That would be like the area you support in. And then your Venus sign will be how you support somebody and shit like that. So if you're an earth sign, you might, do it through showing up, through encouraging responsibility, or what I'm saying, making sure you wash the kids, or making sure you clean the dishes, or making sure you know what I'm saying, to support another person on their goal or something like that. And if you're a water sign, you may do it more emotionally and things, actually, what I'm saying, helping a person out or something like that. If you're an air sign, you may do it through um, being a person's being what a person need, or something like that, being the ideal version of what they need, you know what I'm saying, or being giving them, offering them information that they can utilize to help them. If you a fire sign, then you may do that through, you know you know shit, you may do that through, buying them some, or you know what I'm saying, or having a certain look, or motivating them a certain way, type shit. So everybody kind of give support differently, and things would depending on their Venus sign. But you know when it comes to this is the talk right now. This is the talk. Oh, but yeah, so Uranus, I talked about that. Cool. What else we got? And this just ain't astrology talk, right? This is real life. Like, a lot of people are different in between different versions of themselves right now. Not who they were, but not who they fully becoming either. And that space can feel confusing, but it's actually what that's called, transformation. Now you get to choose, you know what I'm saying? Whichever one you pour into, whichever version of yourself you pour into, whichever version of yourself you give more energy to, this is the version that, on a percentage level, because it's all about percentage level. It's all about percentage level. It ain't about, oh, did I actually change and I need to see the results? No, it's a process of you alchemically adding on to the situation. So you got to know your elements, what you got to use: fire, water, air, earth. Do you got to connect to something? Do you got to be practical about something? Do you got to communicate about something? Do you got to fire, water, air, earth? Do you it's practical, communicate, or you know what I'm saying? Or do you got to act on something? Etc. Do you got to connect to something? Fire, water, air, earth. So I would like, you know what I'm saying, everybody to know this and, understand what's been shifting. And so they can understand what's been shifting for them lately. Now, you know what I'm saying, since we pretty much through the thick of Aquarius season and things of that nature, we can get into some more detailed alignments, or we can get into where the actual planets are. If you want to suggest which one you want me to do or want me to cover, you know what I'm saying, just let me know in the chat. You know what I'm saying, would you rather know where the planets are, or would you rather know, you know what I'm saying, what's aligning and shit like that, getting more into the details and things. But a lot of this, what I'm talking about right now, and understanding this is why it matters. You know what I'm saying? Because every day is a day to be better. So timing is everything. And Aquarius season is gonna hit you differently, and depending on where it lands in your life, you know what I'm saying, this could be a pivotal moment for you to step towards change and showing that you can be a original person and unique, and not bound to whatever stereotype or whatever, you know what I'm saying. So people like, man, you got to think more original and stuff like that. Like, even people will keep utilizing this. The people that's on that's opposite to the Mexican performers in the Super Bowl, like everybody looking at like them like, y'all unoriginal. Like, y'all, what is it? Like, y'all don't even have no originality and things of that nature. Y'all want a fantasy land of everybody to uphold a fantasy land. Like, we not excited to see somebody actually celebrate their culture and shit, you know what I'm saying, that's actually from the soil type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that only makes sense. That only encourages, people to feel more authentic to what they're viewing. Not just we want to pander to somebody because they white and got money and shit like that, and they're not happy with it or some shit like that. Like, come on, man, get that out of here. Don't nobody want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So watch, if you a white person and shit like that out here, watch how you associating with. Watch who you associate with right now. Everything ain't good to associate with. You know what I'm saying? Especially like these little narratives or whatever that they running out and things. So you have to ask, like, if they running narratives on white people, is everything just about money? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta ask yourself that too. Like, is everything just about money right now? Like, if y'all running weak narratives, cause ain't no way y'all thought that was hard. Ain't no way y'all thought that Kid Rock shit. That had to be a joke. Like, it had to be people behind that. Like, like thinking like, man, we just trying to get money or something like that. Cause if y'all was serious about that, like being some hard shit, like, oh, this is America, like we gonna fuck, like everybody gonna fuck with this. No, it's just white people in politics that's rich, that ain't got no sense and stuff like that. Or the people who work for them, they they just get money too, so they don't want to say nothing. Like, this is stupid right now. Like, why we could have been watching Bad Bunny and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and stuff like that. So, it's just like, you gotta think, like, ICE in America, y'all kicking people out of a country that y'all invaded. Don't nobody told y'all to come over here and start playing everybody master and stuff like that, and bringing war and bringing all of this. Like, y'all decided to do that. Like, and then now y'all rich and stuff like that, and y'all got to deal with y'all problems. That's on y'all. I've been telling y'all that for the last. Shout out to Nick Jimenez. America first, America first. You know what I'm saying, let's not get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying, we America, blacks, Latinos, and the whites over here that understand. Everybody else, y'all in some la la land or something like that. So it got to be, I don't know, it either got to be a Great Britain play like, I don't know, America may be behind the scenes with Great Britain or something like that, and 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 they just don't give a fuck. Like they just give a fuck about money. Like that's what it gotta be. Cause when you got white people coming online saying like, man, this is retarded. Like, what is we doing? Oh my god. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be something like Great Britain, like own America or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. What y'all think? What y'all think? That's my interpretation. That's my interpretation. But yeah, man, this is why understanding your personal chart timing matters, because Aquarius season hits everybody differently. So you know what I'm saying, you didn't know and stuff like that. You didn't know it was Aquarius season and stuff like that. So you wasn't aware of how you was associating. You know what I'm saying? You was just like, you just was like, oh, let's be lost about how we associating and stuff like that. And boom, when you know what I'm saying, you might have got that away with that in Capricorn season, because you know what I'm saying, Capricorn season, you know, we weren't really about the information behind it. You know what I'm saying? It was probably just about, you know what I'm saying, stepping on people and stuff like that. But as soon as Aquarius season, like what you doing was viewed as you not making sense of how you associating with others. You know what I'm saying? You not the only person in the world. Other people got minds and stuff too, and can judge and critique stuff too. And trust me, you by yourself don't matter. You still got a wife, you still got a daughter, you still got somebody in the world that's gonna tell you what you into is retarded, or it's gonna show up somewhere way, and it's gonna be like whatever you into is retarded or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you know what I'm saying? Associate better. You know what I'm saying? Pick better titles. You know what I'm saying? Try to find this is the season of changing titles. You know what I'm saying? Changing ideas and shit like that. You actually formidable to do that right now. This is the best time to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people that is doing it and people that is trying to take a leaf and be like, okay, we don't have to be overly retarded and overly racist or something like that. So, man, I would like some more tea, but I'm all out. Um, this is why Aquarius season matters. You know what I'm saying? Um, um, and yeah, and the better you can do this and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, you can be out of delusions, because guess what? Pisces season is next. So let's say you keep crying about that in Aquarius season. You know what I'm saying? Um, Pisces season gonna come up. You know what I'm saying? Then you crying about that too much, now your partner gonna like a black guy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna be like, okay, you just in your own delusion world. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to grow, you don't want to expand and stuff like that. And now we seeing that a little bit right now with Mercury. Mercury is already in Pisces. You know what I'm saying? Making people like, man, what is going on with this way I'm thinking? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's already putting people on their ass a little bit and shit like that, and making people check how they think and making people check how they communicate and stuff like that, and that what they're communicating about. Because what is you communicating about? And nobody want to hear no whiny shit. Nobody want to hear no bitch ass shit. Nobody want to hear no story shit. People want to hear clear, concise ideas. Everybody would be racist if they made sense to be racist and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I'd be on board too. Like, but when we look down to the science and stuff like that, it's just no, it don't make sense. It don't make sense to cry at the Super Bowl and stuff like that, because you know, because we mad about a Mexican being on TV while we utilizing ICE as a tactic and stuff like that, and everybody as a tactic right now. So it's just something behind the scenes. I don't know. I keep pinpoint. I might have to get to that later, but it's something behind the scenes that's going on, and it better not be what I think it is. It better not be what I think it is. But yeah, so we're gonna get into so we're gonna run through the planets real quick. Then we're gonna run through the alignments and stuff like that, real and so we can know where we at. Now, I've been telling y'all, Sun in Aquarius is conscious or lost about how you network yourself with others. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know the position that you connected in intellectually, mentally, because it's an air sign, with others and stuff like that. If you don't do that, if it's no logic, air, communication, thinking, then however you're networking yourself, it's just gonna look like, you know what I'm saying, you trying to get over or you want your own spot. And you know what I'm saying, Aquarius don't deal with that. It deals with ration, it deals with Saturn, it deals with structure. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, it has some type of structure, some ration, some, you know, some reality based around it. It's based in reality and stuff like that. So you won't look lost. You won't look lost and, you know what I'm saying, overly dramatic, overly creative, like it's Leo season. No, we 180 degrees away from Leo season, so we not looking dramatic right now. We not looking lost. It's cold as hell, you know what I'm saying? In most of the places in the world, you know what I'm saying? Now, that's the thing. If you're not into astrology, you would be like, oh, well, it could be cold over here and it could be hot over here. No, most of the places of the world go through um winter when it's winter time. You know what I'm saying? Most other places of the world go through spring when it's springtime. Most other places of the world, you know what I'm saying? So it's about that. It's about majority. Your little ass place don't matter. You heard? Okay, now Mercury and Pisces. Ideas for others to dream and be connected to. That's another thing. People want to be connected to ideas that can go the distance. You know what I'm saying? That look like they can inspire others and they look like they can share with others. And that's the thing. America always present that. Shout out to the natives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to uh, all of my you know what I'm saying, Blackfeet, Washita, you know what I'm saying, tribe and shit like that. Where my lineage connected. But yeah, so you if you don't have an idea, if you're not seen as an idea, because Mercury is in Pisces, so if your idea is not in a way or the way you think can be connected for others to have a dream, you know what I'm saying? Then it may look like it's still in Mercury and Aquarius. So we're going in with Mercury and Pisces. That idea needs to feel a little bit more flexible, feels a little bit more mutable, feels like something that, you know what I'm saying, makes us feel connected on an internal level and on a true core emotional belief level and shit like that. So this is what Mercury and Pisces is bringing and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm gonna repeat it again. If you don't have no idea that looks like others can believe in it, then shit like that, you may look like the negative person. So the reason why the Bad Bunny shit hit and stuff like that, it still gave an idea that looked like that it felt like others could connect to. It wasn't Mercury and air and shit like that. We didn't care about the language. We cared about the feeling. We cared about the belief. We cared about the culture. We cared about the experience and shit like that. So that was done at a good time and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't even got to know good astrology and stuff like that. If you do stuff with good intention and stuff like that and clear your energy and shit like that, you will be in alignment and shit like that. Shout out to Jay-Z. Shout out to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? He made the Democratic Party look a little bit good. He made the Democratic Party look a little bit on point and shit like that. They didn't expect that one. They didn't expect that one. But yeah, then we got Venus and Pisces. So this is valuing beliefs we are associated with. So it's still like cuss um, Aquarius. So Venus is love, appreciation, value, relativeness. So we're gonna value our beliefs and stuff like that. So now you're gonna start to relate your stupidity. You're gonna start to relate your stupid beliefs, or you're gonna start to relate. You know what I'm saying? You being a part of a more optimistic type of dream. You being part of a more change cycle and things of that nature. You want to be on that side and stuff like that, so you can look like you're going with the as above, so below. Mars in Aquarius. So Mars is still in Aquarius. It hasn't crossed Pisces yet, but you know, we're motivated, passionate, or frustrated by our association. So you want to be passionate about your association and what you associated with. You know what I'm saying? This is another example of people, you know what I'm saying, being frustrated with certain things, certain family members, certain titles and stuff like that, certain business motives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And we can see that playing out in different areas. You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl, Glorilla, and shit like that. Everybody tired of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Tired of sugarcoating shit, trying to put people on track. So you know what I'm saying? Everybody is motivated to go in a new direction. you know what I'm saying, as far as their association, as far as their associations and stuff like with, you know what I'm saying. So even if they mad about it, you know what I'm saying, you can be passionate, but you can also be angry about your association right now. And if you are and shit like that on some level, you know what I'm saying, it is what's going on and it is what's deserved and shit like that. Unless it was forced. Now, unless I ain't gonna say like if somebody overly did something to you and stuff like that and forced you to do like put a gun to your head or something like that. Yeah, that'll be negative. That'll be righteous anger. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But you know, God used that as fuel where you can you can turn that into something else. Okay, Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. Relearning vulnerability and connection to our home and family. So this is another reason about the glorilla shit and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because Jupiter is bringing past the experiences where we're relearning to connect to our home and family and things of that nature. Or you gonna just look like you somebody that trying to escape from your home. You know what I'm saying? You can't really escape from your home and things. Now you can learn and shit like that, and but these on some level these there's people that you supposed to uh, you supposed to relearn how to connect and relearn how to be vulnerable and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can be in a space where you actually are um what is it called, like in a stasis about the flow of the connection of what you doing something for. And if you ain't in that space of like what you doing, you're not learning how to be vulnerable about what you doing something for it and shit like that, you may get lost too. But yeah, so we're learning vulnerability and connection when it comes to our home and family. So that's just not just family members and shit like that. That's just, what I'm saying, who we are at the core and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Who we are at the core and things. And who you are at the core, right now it would be time to exercise that and things. If you need to apologize, that's what you need to do. If you need to um, like I said, be vulnerable and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's bravery too. But you're not gonna attract the right emotion and shit like that if you're not having emotions and shit like that. You have no motion if you don't have your emotions right. You know what I'm saying? So you want to have your emotions right. When it comes to dealing with Cancer energy. So that's the Jupiter is bringing back, how to relearn how to be more vulnerable and connect, what I'm saying, from a true space. So you can find yourself right now, you know what I'm saying? You can find your purpose. And that's the most valuable thing right now. The most valuable thing is you um and your product, you know what I'm saying, your productivity and things of that nature. Because we got people online every day, people, like I said, we got people online every day bringing way more value to the world, for less. You know what I'm saying? So that is that's devaluing, you know what I'm saying, certain people that think they in positions of power and stuff like that. Like, a lot of these scientists, a lot of these rappers and stuff like that, a lot of these doctors and stuff like that. You're not useful based upon whatever qualification you got, and you ain't necessarily helping nobody. You know what I'm saying? You just utilizing a qualification as a standard. Like, this is why y'all spreading me. I do this, and shit like that. Don't get no fuck about that, man. Okay. So another alignment we got. Let's go into Saturn. Saturn is reality, timing, structure, discipline. Right now, this is giving time to a new belief and vision. We got Saturn and Aries, cusp, Pisces. So, this is going to bring a new way to feel about, what we giving our time to and our belief in. And actually, we're in a space that we got to give time to a new belief and a vision. So don't really know, nobody know what the right thing to do is right now. You know what I'm saying? We all giving our time to a new version of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So you got to participate. Ain't nobody going to spark the room. Ain't nobody going to be able to be like, all right, man, let's go. Let's like I'm waiting on bro. I know when bro do this right action and stuff like that, it's gonna be time to go. No, it ain't that no more. It's a new. We got to give a new vision. We got to create a whole new imagination right now. You know what I'm saying? With Saturn going into Aries and Pisces, I'm going into Aries from Pisces. So remember that. Uranus retrograde in Taurus, and Gemini. So Uranus has changed individuality, independence, innovation, going against rules, and having a sense of uniqueness. So like I said that earlier, that's gonna be we're gonna be supporting. That's Taurus. Others, you know what I'm saying? That's Gemini. Others through conversations and shit like that. Abilities to change, and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? We believe, you got to believe everybody can change. Everybody got the ability to change. Now, if a person don't want to utilize that, then we can look at that spirit like, oh, okay, this spirit is choosing not to do something. But change is the only thing that's constant. You know what I'm saying? Changing is the only thing that's constant in the world. Okay, now, and it's a lot of things that's changing. It's a lot of things that's new right now. It's a lot of energies that's coming from that's dead, that's outdated, that we can't use no more. And it's a lot of energies that is here that's new for us that we can start participating in to be make up the new world. You got to make it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it when nobody else say it's popping. You know what I'm saying? You got to go for it when nobody else say like that's right type shit. But it ain't just about rebellion and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shout out to Kanye. This nigga just rebellious and shit like that. But that's why he got into he had Uranus and Gemini. He didn't know how to utilize the Uranus and Gemini the right way and shit like that. So a lot of his actions was rebellious. That's because he was linking with, you know, the wrong people and shit like that. Nick Jimenez and shit like that. America First. Now, Nick Jimenez is saying it looked dumb to be racist, and he was telling Kanye to do all the racist shit. Like, you got what I'm saying. You got to watch who you are around. You got to watch who you allow to make influence you and shit like that. But and the core reason people be doing that shit is money and stuff like that and shit like that. And he aligned with politics for money so he can get ahead, not necessarily for, you know what I'm saying, probably what he was tricked into what he thought was truth and shit like that. That's why he was on down there crying and shit like that in Mexico performing power and shit like that because he realized he didn't have none. I told y'all about Kanye on my old videos. I told y'all he was gonna go through that situation. I called it out. I be calling everything. I don't know what y'all be thinking. Don't know what y'all be thinking. Don't know what y'all be thinking, man. But yeah. So we got Neptune also in Aries and Pisces. A new vision and dream to participate with. You know what I'm saying? So this is a whole new vision, a whole new dream. You gotta be a part of it. You gotta have your personality a part of it. You gotta have your individuality a part of it. You gotta have your imagination a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you are required to have imagination, you know what I'm saying, about this reality, knowing what's outdated, and you know what I'm saying, knowing what dreams is outdated. Nobody want to deal with no old times. Period. It's out the door. You know what I'm saying? Wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Wrap racism up. It's packaged, it's out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to be in them energies but white, rich man that unfulfilled with themselves and shit like that. And so that's it. That's it. Okay, so and this wraps it up with Pluto having a deep transformation with our association to society and shit like that. So we got a deep transformation. So we all taking power control over that, you know what I'm saying, on a deeper level. And we all doing that, you know what I'm saying, through organization, through groups and shit like that, through our public stages and shit like that, through everything. You know what I'm saying? This is the new way that we doing it, you know what I'm saying? And it looked like this, obviously, but it's just how you participate is how you participate. I participate in it like an Aquarius, you know what I'm saying? So, I talk about what I'm associated with, you know what I'm saying? Talk about the ideas that be on my mind, etc. And then, right now we got the moon in Sagittarius. So, we're going to need to be in a certain faith right now. We're going to need to be in a certain optimism. You're going to need to feel optimistic and feel freer and shit like that. I bet you white man don't feel free out there. Hey, how y'all trapping yourselves? How y'all trapping yourselves in little boxes and shit? You know what I'm saying? Little boxes. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But yeah, so that's where all the planets is at right now. So if y'all got any questions, um any yeah, any questions or anything about what I'm saying, this in your sign or participate with your sign, drop them in the comments and things like that, whatever. Other than that, we can get into the other alignments, but I'm gonna take a little breather and shit like that real quick. But yeah, so Aquarius season, make sure y'all subscribe to me on TikTok and on Instagram and shit like that, because I'll be on there posting other videos a lot. There's a lot more information is gonna go on there and stuff like that. A lot more videos, and we're gonna do like either monthly videos or 2 videos of YouTube, because I don't like YouTube. YouTube been playing me for too long as far as my monetization status. You know what I'm saying? So I put pain in over here and stuff like that. But I think I was messaging them on Twitter and they got butthurt and stuff like that. So they never allowed me to get monetized again and stuff like that. But, so I'm on TikTok, I'm on IG and shit like that. I be posting a hella content on there and stuff, because this should be food gang. It be food gang. All right. All right. So we're going to, I'm feeling good tonight, and I'm thankful for everybody for coming out and spending their time with me and stuff like that. This is my season too. You know what I'm saying? So, happy star day, flight day, to me and shit like that. So, we're gonna go ahead and get to the actual spiritual coach stretch. You know what I'm saying? The mental spiritual coach stretch, so we can get more into the details of what's actually going on and how it may actually affect you. Now, the planets and shit like that, those are just the energies that we being faced with and the modalities that we being faced with. But the alignment is the circumstances, the situation and shit like that. Shout out to Aspen and Jane and this motherfucker. I appreciate you, gang. I appreciate you, gang. Yeah, Aquarius season and shit like that. We in this thing thick, strong, you know what I'm saying? Cloud smoke. And teaching people how to get in shape and form for the age of Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling y'all about this for a long time and stuff. Y'all just, it's unraveling. It's unraveling. You know what I'm saying? So through the hard times, through the weird times, through the unsure time, Aquarius remain. Aquarius remain. Something like that. Something like that. We teach you how to deal with the death of the winter. Now, let's get to it. We got Neptune sextiling with Pluto and shit like that. Neptune in Aries, cusp Pisces, sextile with Pluto and Aquarius. So you got an opportunity right now to transform your personal connection to your dreams and imaginations. So the opportunity to transform would be you utilizing your association, who you associated with, you know what I'm saying? So that's where all the transformation was at. And you participate in that association and stuff like that, you can get out of those dreams. You can get out of those delusions and shit like that and start to make a more logical precision of how to, you know what I'm saying, create more harmonious energy with that with that dream. But for the most part, we are creating, it is an opportunity for you to publicly, you can do this in publicly. So you got to be public though. Publicly transform your person, or you got to utilize your associations. Like, not even on, I'm not saying everybody got to get online and do YouTube or whatever, but even when you outside and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You got opportunity to that you can meet people and shit that can help you put depth to a circumstances and situation far as your association, and they may come through giving inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Or a new vision or a new way to see the world type shit. But it's something that we all going through deeply right now. Then we got Uranus in Gemini, Taurus, Trine Pluto in Aquarius. So this is the gift to have conversations or spark change in associations you struggle with and shit like that. So you can we can all have conversations and spark change via supporting our how we think and how others think to get we can motivate other people to get out of their struggles and shit like that. And that's positive. You want to motivate other people to get out of their struggles, their mental clouds and shit like that. And we want to spark change. We got the gift to do that and shit like that. Speaking of that, I want to spark up in this bitch. I ain't finna lie for them. I ain't even finna lie. I'm finna roll up right. Goddamn, I don't even got no papers. I can't do that right now. I'm gonna go after. Okay, but yeah, so that's so we got the gift to have conversations or spark change in associations you struggle with. Uranus and Gemini, Taurus, sextile Neptune, and Aries, Pisces. So this is the opportunities to surround yourself with others that value personal delusions. So you got the opportunity to have a personal delusion mind by who you surrounded with. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surrounded by no people that's gonna put you in no delusions and shit like that. Shout out to all my white people, especially y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't be around them people that's gonna put y'all in no delusion right now. Get out. But you do have an opportunity to surround yourself. The surrounding yourself is going to come from that Uranus and Taurus and Gemini, because you're gonna have people that you can change with. You know what I'm saying? Or you can support into changing and shit like that. Or you may be like a pussy and not like say nothing. You know what I'm saying? That will probably put you into some situation where you're not transforming or you're not taking power and control over your stuff. But you know, so you got to be the strong spirit right now. All right, Saturn in Pisces and Aries, sextile Pluto. Sheesh. Hold on, let me see. We got Saturn in Pisces, cus Aries, sextile Pluto in Aquarius. So this is the opportunity to use your visions and imaginations to transform your association or public status. So you can use your vision, your dream, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to, like whatever you believe in right now, that should be like enough fuel for you to transform your public status. So whenever you hop into your dream and your vision, it's going to give you an opportunity to, you know, become something new. There's a lot of new energy going on. Like, that's the only way I can explain it. All right, we also got Saturn in Pisces, Aries conjunct Neptune and Pisces, Aries. So that means they own there. We acting on a new vision, imagination that secures your dreams or delusions and shit like that. So you can act on a new imagination or a dream right now that can secure a new dream, you know what I'm saying, or a delusion or shit like that. So everybody, like I said, everybody got to utilize that new energy. Everybody got to utilize that new energy. Saturn and Aries, Pisces, sextile Uranus, and Gemini, Taurus, retrograde. Uranus is still retrograde. So there's opportunities to develop a belief system of others who want to change their values or keep them the same. That's already perfectly said. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's going to be people who you come in contact with that just want to keep their values the same and shit like that. Keep supporting the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But also, it's going to be people that you see that going to want to change. And you being a stronger or weaker spirit, you can develop their belief system and shit like that. But it's an opportunity. You don't have to develop their belief system. You can keep doing you and let that compound over time. And then, okay, boom, now you're in a better space. All right. Then we got Mars in Aquarius in conjunct Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. So Mars in Aquarius in conjunct Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. So this is a misunderstanding how to be passionate about comfort zones. So if you're in a comfort zone and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, that you're comfortable with, you rich or something like that, you may be uncomfortable. You may be misunderstanding how to like feel about that right now. You know what I'm saying? You may be misunderstanding how to feel passionate about that. Or, you know what I'm saying, you may be in a comfort zone and things on a positive end, you know, you misunderstanding how to be passionate about comfort zone and shit like that. That would be like you misunderstanding like let's say if you in a comfort zone and shit in your life and shit like that. You might not be as frustrated about it as you were based upon probably the work that you put in to change or something like that and stuff like that. And things can kind of seem a little peaceful right now. You know what I'm saying? Based on that energy itself. So, but yeah, that's the thing we're gonna have to go through with that. You know what I'm saying? Utilizing that comfort zone as a misunderstanding right now with that Mars and Aquarius energy. All right, Venus in Aquarius, cusp Pisces, square Uranus, and Taurus. It's a lot of cuspy energies too. So it's a lot of transitioning. So anytime we got a lot of cusp energies and shit like that, it's a lot of transitioning. Especially when we got the outer planets and shit like that. It's a lot of transition and a lot of big shifts. Venus in Aquarius, cusp Pisces, square Uranus, and Taurus, cusp Gemini. Learning to be more relatable in how you changing and shit like that. So we got to learn how to be more relatable and why we want to be this, why we want to see some change and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the geostorm they getting hit with right now? Like you gotta see it, like you gotta be there spiritually. But you know what I'm saying? I know the spiritual people see it and shit like that. They getting hit with this spiritual storm and shit like that. Getting hit with it, like getting hit with it and shit. Too bad, too bad. But yeah, should listen to your local astrologer and shit like that. But all right, Mercury in Pisces trying Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. So this is the gift to re-expand on the comfort zone of what we are coming to conclusions of and shit like that. So we got the gift to re-expand on the comfort zone of what we so we got the gift to be out of a delusion about a comfort zone and shit like that. Obviously, that's another thing you can become. You can have the gift to be like have the information to be aware. That's the Mercury and Pisces of what you too comfortable with and too comfortable experiencing and shit like that, which would be that Jupiter in that Cancer. So you can make pretty much more concise decisions on, kind of going for I would say like your career path, you know what I'm saying? Or, feel more comfortable with what you're doing in a sense. You're not going to be able to be as frustrated with it and shit like that unless, uh, unless you're, unless you into that frustration a lot. Like if you into that frustration and if that's playing out in your life as well, then you probably already, you know what I'm saying, just you ain't been following the current, right? But it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Now, this is just me giving alignments and shit like that, but I could, break it down deeper in the chart. So make sure y'all go in your chart. So make sure y'all go to ceito.world, ceito.world/shop. You know what I'm saying? You can book a session with me, 45 minutes, 65 minutes, or you can, book a recording with me, however that works for you. Let's move on, shall we? Mercury in Pisces is now conjuncting Venus in Aquarius. So this is making your public identity more associated with intelligence. So obviously Venus is going to bring a certain relationship and relatability in the public and associating with affairs, but it got to be it's going to be conjunct with Mercury. So how we associating or how we relating is going to need to have some type of intelligence, some type of rational behind it, some type of thinking behind it. And Pisces ain't going to play. It's going to bring it out of that delusion or make it super imaginable. So it's either or, you know what I'm saying? So knowing how to deal with the mutable and knowing how to be both, you know what I'm saying? This is what is going to allow you the ability to make your public identity more associated with intelligence and stuff like that. Or you can be more associated with rebellious or negative energies. Moon in Moon in Sagittarius oppose Uranus and stuff like that. So we're gonna be, is this right? I don't know if that's the right. moon alignment. Let me see. I might have that wrong. Cause I might have to. You know what I'm saying, look this up real quick. Bear with me, y'all. I appreciate y'all really spending y'all time tonight. You know what I'm saying, tapping into the energies and stuff like that. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, please. All likes and stuff. All of that matters. Um, close, please. Like the fuck? I'm just looking up the moon real quick. You can see where we at with the moon alignments. Okay, so yeah, the only one we got two. The moon is square Saturn. So I don't have nothing written down for that because it's wrong. But obviously with the moon in Sagittarius, we're gonna feel more in a place of optimism. You know what I'm saying? In a place of like we need to feel uplifted, or there's gonna be like a spirited emotional reaction to, feeling forward, moving, feeling free from something, feeling optimistic in something, right? That's gonna square Saturn and uh, Aries, cause Pisces and shit like that. So that's gonna blend. You know what I'm saying? Us needing to feel optimistic about what we learning about our beliefs and shit like that. So whatever we learning about whatever we believe, our spiritual system and shit like that, if that don't feel optimistic, that let us know we was planting negative seeds and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't predicated on reality. So we gonna learn about if we was in reality about something that we believed in or not. You know what I'm saying? For these next couple days or so like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's Moon square Saturn and Pisces and Aries and shit like that. Like I said, everybody got to be new. Nobody is exempt. Nobody. Sun sextile Moon in Sagittarius, feeling the need to express some optimism about your place in the world. You know what I'm saying? So if you expressing some type of optimism, then you got good energy around. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you're a little bit more optimistic today or a couple days, you know what I'm saying, you align with the current. If you feel like even if you're not super optimistic, the more lesser percentage of that on a positive level would be you learning what you need to learn. You know what I'm saying? And then you feeling like you got what you need to start expanding, to start growing. You know what I'm saying? That would be the more positive version of that. Okay. Sun in Aquarius, square Uranus and Taurus, Gemini. So we learning to utilize our associations to change or be original. You know what I'm saying? So obviously um that's said all of our how we connect right now, as far as what we acting on in the world and society and things, we gotta utilize that right now to be unique and original. You know what I'm saying? In a form of Gemini Taurus, the thoughts we supporting. So that means that whatever we supporting mentally and shit like that, people gonna be able to see that and shit right now. People gonna be learning about that. People gonna be and that's gonna help us see if a person is associated with something that's making them change or be left behind, be outdated type shit. But yes, learning to utilize your association. So that's how you think, how you originally think, to be original. You know what I'm saying? With your community, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Just like Bad Bunny, that's a perfect example. He used the association to be unique, to be original, to bring some originality to the game. You know what I'm saying? To different communities all over and shit like that. All right, Sun and Aquarius conjunct Mars and Aquarius, utilizing how we associate to be seen for your passions. Obviously, you can be seen for your angers. You can utilize how you associate to be seen for your triggers, your motivations, your desires and shit like that. But hopefully passion, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully passion, because you start to show somebody something new. You know what I'm saying? The way you associate, the way you connect, the way you network is starting to show somebody, hey man, I don't got to be in this negative, depressed state, or I don't got to be this angry, grumpy old person or whatever. I can be new. I can be flamboyant. I can be vital. I can be hip. I can be, you know what I'm saying? You know, you want them energies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what America about. Shit like that. America's native and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's still native spirited and shit like that. So even like I said, even the Mexicans and shit like that, and well, the Latins and shit like that, they got more native in them. You know what I'm saying? So um, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own situation. Last but not least, Sun conjunct Venus. Sun in Aquarius conjunct Venus in Aquarius, utilizing how we are associated to build relationship or relatability. So this is another thing that we doing, you know what I'm saying, with the sun and shit like that, utilizing how we associate to build relationship or relatability and things of that nature. And this is going to furthermore compound and teach other people how to connect and stuff like that. So you make sure you be a good example. And that's goddamn energies for everyone. So I think we did what, about 2 hours and stuff like that, but it's all good. Um, I'm satisfied with that. You know what I'm saying, and that wraps it out. I appreciate all y'all for coming out, man. You know how we do every time we go. You know what I'm saying? We getting people formed for the Age of Aquarius and stuff like that. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Make sure y'all go to that website. You know what I'm saying? Book you reading. Get that book too, man. Get that book. Use the code. Get my audiobook is available at my website right now. ceito.world/shop. Discount code is Aquarius 19. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get it for the low and shit like that. Support the things that you want to see unique and original out in the world. That's the alignment that we got. You know what I'm saying? So if I look like something that's unique and original that can bring more a fresh conversation and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Utilize that for, you know, your energy of supporting and things of that nature. And we gonna keep taking it to where we taking it. I'm Ceito, the spirit coach. I appreciate all y'all. Until next time, get your ass in the game.